Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Lumboys Post 1975, and welcome to a new opening, unboxing, overview. I don't know if I go as far as to say a review in itself, but I was very kindly sent one of these, the NEO GEO Mini. Pretty sure you're all familiar with what this is. It was released last year to celebrate SNK's 40th anniversary, and it's a mini tabletop arcade unit containing 40 Neo Geo AES games. This is the international version. There was also a Japanese version. Excuse me. Now, I was on the fence about getting it when it was released, mainly because of its price. I think the Neo Geo for a lot of people is a Marmite system because of what it excels at being fighting games, and also a lot of its subject matter is repeated, tweaked, refined, but essentially the same subject matter. Now, that may sound a bit harsh, but you know what I mean. But I was sent this, very kindly sent this. I Skyped the individual and thanked them. They wanted to remain anonymous. This is the basic entry, which is just the unit. There were 3 packages as far as I can tell. What they cost then, I don't know, but what they seem to cost now is this is around about the £70–75 mark. One with one control pad. A white control pad is about £90 because the control pads are £14, and then it's about £105 for 2 control pads, because you can plug 2 separate control pads into this that are replicas of the Neo Geo CD's control pads, but the button layout is different and they're not micro switches, because yes, I am very late to this and I understand excuse me, don't record videos after supper, that there are a bunch of videos out there, but I'm super excited to have this because, yeah, I was on the fence because Neo Geo was that thing of legend when I was a kid, because you wouldn't know anyone who had it simply because of the price, but you had seen the arcade machines and did know that they would be absolutely perfect ports and renditions, well, not even ports, I guess, the same game at home. So it had that mythical nature. Now, obviously, they've got a different route. They've obviously looked at the success of the Mini SNES and the Mini NES, and they've got a different route by going with a tabletop unit. I'll show you the box in a minute, but that's the unit. Excuse me. But also, this isn't their first entry into this sort of classic system for the home market. That would be the Neo Geo Gold, which I don't own and quite frankly do not want to own. It was a handheld unit that you could put in a dock that you would shut, and it would look just like the original home console. And this would be nice though, and you could use the original home joystick or a replica of it on that dock to play it on your screen. But in docked mode and in handheld mode, the emulation was all kinds of broken and wrong, and generally it's not considered a very nice thing, which is a shame because I was quite excited for that when it came out until I saw what a pile of pants it was. Hopefully this is something completely and utterly different, and that they fixed the emulation, or it's not even emulating, or what I mean is, I should say, when it is emulating, they've done it properly to show, because it's their 40th anniversary, to show it some love, it quite frankly deserves. Now, ignoring these I hate these, I'll take them off later on, but I hate them because they always tear the boxes, and it is a nice box and I do want to keep it for my shelf, but they put one right across the slide out tab there, because obviously I have opened this to check the contents, and I've ripped it, and it drives me nuts, because what are they there for? To stop people nicking them or something? Because if this is in a shop, it's going to be in a cabinet. Although I've never seen it in a shop, I think it's mail order anyway. Let's have a look at the box. You've got your Neo Geo logo, what's that stand for? New World. It is a nice thick box. The legacy lives on. Neo Geo Mini. Then you got your 40th, 40 games on one, a picture of the cabinet. It does look very nice. I say cabinet, well, mini cabinets. International version, says that on the front, Neo Geo Mini International Pro Gear Spec Advanced Entertainment System. So it's the AES and SNK 40th anniversary SNK. Now, though, are not exactly what SNK were then. It's a 16 certificate, and there's a list of your games, 40 games, although let's be honest, a bunch of them are going to be Metal Slug and its various sequels, and a bunch of them are going to be several iterations of the same fighting game, but it's Neo Geo. That's what I meant about it being a Marmite system. You would expect that if you bought this system. Attention, and I can't read it because none of it, international version, attention, chez certains personnes utilisent je ne sais, I don't know, odd really. It's the international version, but it won't let me have it in various languages. Like I said, this is all kinds of beaten up and does annoy me. Now, I am late to the party on this, as I said, so there are a bunch of reviews of this system out there. For the purposes of this video, I am just going to concentrate on setting it up and trying to capture some footage with my camcorder. So it's not going to look great, but hopefully it's going to look better than previous experiences of different systems. Because I do have a system you should check out. I'll put links to the videos in it in the doohickey down below, which is a knockoff Chinese version of this. The cracky knuckles on camera, Dave, that's just shocking. And it's the, oh, what was it? Can't remember, but there'll be two links to the video down below, the knockoff Mini Geo Chinese, well, tact video. Mini K? I can't remember now, but it's got a slightly bigger screen than this, and it's not bad, but it's clearly inspired by this, and I just thought it'd be interesting for you to see that compared to this, because it has a bigger screen. Instruction manual. Is it in international, so it's in all the languages. It's black and white, which is a bit poor, but in this country, because we have to have every language in the world, it would be too expensive not to. I'm not going to read that. It just tells you what the buttons for, how to use it, how to set it up, which I'm assuming is pretty straightforward, and how to connect control pads. I will be ordering a control pad for the purposes of not just showing you it on the TV, but if I want to play fighting games, technically if I want to play any games properly while it's connected to the TV as a proper system, or even using it, you know, in its tabletop form, I'm going to need a control pad. So I have ordered one of those, box of accessories, unit itself in a bag, and that's it. Look, I've got one prepared handily. No, why would they give you one of these? Why does anyone give you one of these? Of course they don't. And it doesn't give you an HDMI cable, because everything gives you one of those. I mean, I've got loads of them because everything gives you one of those, but it still didn't. How my Roku stick cut I bought the other day for 25 quid gave me one of those. Considering what it cost, not what you can get it for now, that is a bit poor, I think, but we won't hold it against it. There is your cabinets. It looks lovely. Neo Geo, joystick, start, select, your A, B, C, D. But the description for the button is in the plastic, which you can't see because it's black. Again, we won't hold that against it, but I think that's a bit pants. These are USB 3? I don't know. They're not your standard mini micro USB. They're like the ones you get on Sony phones. So joypads 1 and 2 there. The pads do look nice, but as I said, they're not micro switched. HDMI out there. That's where I hear there are problems, but that remains to be seen for the video I do when I connect it to TV. Headphone jack, and then power goes in there, power switch there. Now, something I hear complaints about, not micro switched. Well, yeah, I guess it's a cost cutting thing. I know it was on the original control pads, but this is a little tabletop unit. If it's not on the pads themselves, which seems to be a bit poor, but I can forgive it on this. The buttons feel alright. Remains to be seen how it plays till we get into the gameplay. Here is something I hear a lot about, that the stick's got a lot of travel, and because it's not micro switched, which is a shame, because if you've ever played the Neo Geo Pocket Color, you'll know that that's got an amazing joystick on it, joypad on it. One of my favourite joypads on any system ever, seriously. That doesn't feel too bad. How it plays remains to be seen. Now, I think there are some aesthetic differences between this card being colour-wise. Is it orange in Japan and possibly different games? I don't know. But hey, if that's what floats your boat, you could just import the Japanese one. Now, one thing I will say, if you compare it to Remember the Name, that's why I was mentioning it. The Retrocade, which is the Chinese knockoff version of this is mains only. Why am I showing the bottom? Because on the Retrocade, there's a panel there and there's a rechargeable battery in it. The fact that they could do that on a system that's half the price and they couldn't with this, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily want to play it in public because you look like a right tit. But that's not the point. The fact that that budget system can do it and this can, I mean, I guess it wasn't what it was designed for, but it's still a bit of a fail to me, at least. Right, let's have a look at the accessories. It's a bare bones, even if you get the deluxe one or whatever it is, the step up with the pad, it is a very bare bones contents of the box. I could have worded that any more awkwardly. So you've got your micro USB. Will that show up when you see that it's more beveled than a normal one? So does that make it USB 3? I don't know, but it won't sit in a normal, or charge any phone like a Samsung. You'll see what I mean. It won't fit in it, as will that not fit in this. That's all I know. Plenty of length, which is, well, I was going to say nice of them, but basically something unique, but not just practical, but a necessity, if you will. We'll plug that in. And you get some stickers and you get a marquee. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to keep them like that. If I stick any of them on there, I'm actually probably just going to print them off from online and stick them on there with some sort of removable glue. But that is nice. That is nice. I mean, obviously you can customize it yourself, which I think would probably be the route I would go. Put that back in the box. Got to keep these things pristine, people. It's my OCD. But yeah, it is nice to get a thick manual like that. So yeah, the system itself, as I said, it's pretty solid. It's well built. It's not, you know, flyaway lights. It's not going to float to the ceiling if I let go of it. I should have brought the Retrocade in here, but as I said, you can watch videos on that if you want to. And again, you don't have to. It's just interesting to see a comparison of that compared to this, because that is the knockoff of this, and it does some things that this doesn't do. Anyway, let's plug it in. I'll read the games off for you, but I will show you some gameplay footage after this. I will capture some. How it comes out, I don't know. If it comes out shit, you're not even going to see this. Right, so it's plugged in. Let's turn it on. Ooh, I like that. It lights up. It's very Tron-esque. Now, the sound, I understand, goes from quiet to medium to I'm fucking loud. Right, so it starts straight on the menu. Now, I don't know if you can see that at the top. If you go up, settings, help, and copyright information. Settings, help, and copyright information. I don't really give a shit about the copyright information because it hasn't got an SD card slot in it, and I really don't think I'd be bothering to firmware hack it anyway. Help, let's see what help says. NEO GEO Mini official website. What, in this? Just press it. Oh no, it's one of those things. I was just going to say, yeah, doy. And then SNK, Facebook, and Twitter. So, alright, yeah. It lets you, you know, go there through there. If you press these both down at the same time, I think in the game it lets you go to a setting screen. So, let's just read the games for you quickly. This is not the best way to do it, but I want you to see the screen, that's all. So, we have Metal Slug 1. Oh, no, we're on the correct. Metal Slug 1. Metal Slug 2, Metal Slug X, Metal Slug 3, Metal Slug 4. Hope you like your Metal Slugs. Metal Slug 5, King of the Monsters. Ooh, a bit of Godzilla going on in your life there. King of Monsters 2. I really can't read it from this angle. Sengoku 3, Magician Lord. So, got some nice old titles on there as well. Blues Journey. Shock Troopers, Shock Troopers Second Squad. Yeah, this is what I mean about it being Neo Geo. Like you either like Neo Geo or you don't. So if you don't like these sort of games, you're not buying it, are you? Robo Army. Again, this is not the best way to do it. Cross Sword, is that the one that's kind of first person? I don't know. We missed one. No, we're on the top screen. Mutation Nation. See what you did there. 3 Count Bout. Is that a Fatal Fury game? I don't know. King of Fighters 95. Actually, I'm noticing the travel on the stick now. 97, 98, 2000, 2002. Okay. Art of Fighting. Real Fatal Fury special. I mean, that had to be on there. Right, yes, there is Travel on the Stick. Real Bout Fatal Fury. Yep, definitely. Garou. I can't read it. Mark of the Wolf. Sorry, it's this angle, honestly. I didn't destroy my eyesight at college, if you know what I mean. Samurai Showdown 2. Samurai Showdown 4. Samurai Showdown 5 special. Yep, noticing that travel. Might be the way I'm standing. Last Battle 2. Could have just read the back of the box off, I guess. World Heroes Perfect. Can't read that. Pizuna Encounter. Come on, some real names. Yep. I'm hoping that is the way I'm standing. Ninja Masters. Top Players Golf. What? No Turf Masters? Super Sidekicks. That's got to be on there. Football Frenzy. Blazing Star. Got some shoot 'em ups then. Last Resort. Ghost Pilots. Puzzled. And there we go. Right. Sorry about that for that angle. And honestly, my eyesight's not that wanked. No pun intended. Just... it was the angle, but yeah. So now I'm going to try and capture this. I don't know how that's going to come out. Start and select his settings. There's your screen. Come on, you're used to the way I do these things, kids. Yeah, I do like that blue circle. It's very Tron. For your brightness, your volume, language, yeah, return to so obviously this is it, 4:3. Now, as I said, whether it comes like that on the TV, we'll have to wait and see for when I have a pop it doing it in my well, connected to my TV video, which hopefully will come next week. Possibly, if the pad doesn't, I'll do it anyway, and then there might be a third video just for a little overview of the pad. Oh, I'm this late to the party, I may as well be a little bit later. Right, let's have a go at connecting it. Let's have a go at trying to capture the screen. I honestly don't know how this is going to come out, or if it's even going to come out, but hey, it'll be a surprise. Right, so I apologise about how I'm capturing this. I don't know if I'll put a picture in. It is beyond ghetto old school. Could capture it with my phone, but my phone won't let me turn the autofocus off, so I'm capturing it with my camcorder, and I've got all kinds of shit to stop the sun glaring, so I'm going to have to play it through the viewfinder, so all of a sudden I know how Steve Benway feels. Right, so we've turned it on. 40th anniversary SNK. I've preset the focus to manual. This is not going to be perfect, I know that. And I'm going to play it through the viewfinder. Anyway, now, it is, when you're trying to capture footage like this, it is small. But anyway, Metal Slug, Metal Slug 2, Metal Slug X, Metal Slug 3, 4, King of Monsters 2. The first thing I can tell you, again, more so, even though I'm staring at it now and it's just a title screen, is how sharp, nice and crisp it is. It really, really is something lovely to behold. If I do a King of Fighters or a fighting game, I'm just going to move around. I'm not going to, you know, try and yank the joystick. That's what she said. Too harshly, for fear of my awesome setup going tits asunder. But Fatal Fury, let's go back to, we've got to try a Metal Slug game, haven't we? Funny thing is, right, more so now, even though I'm on a title screen, yeah, I heard people complain about the joystick. Do you know what? People say it's got a lot of travel and it's really loose feeling. I don't feel that at all. We're going to go with the first Metal Slug. There we go. Right, blue button. No, actually, the button layout itself. Apologise if you see my fat, ugly face. Oh, you can thank me for it. Right, Neo Geo, I love it when it does that. Right, so... it is. Do you know what? Some games really do stand the test of time, and this is absolutely one of them. Possibly because it's all the hand animation. Now, if we go with... no, not that one. Start. Both together is options. Brightness, volume. The volume is weird. It's quiet at the moment, but then it's going to get really, really, really loud, dependent upon what you're hearing and what you're seeing. Sweet, sweet. There we go. Nice. The screen looks so good. Obviously, again, the way I'm capturing it, it's not going to show you guys that, but this looks lovely. Look at that. Oh, grenades. Completely forgot about that. Wow, that is a really, 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 really impressive screen. I know I saw reviews where everyone was saying that. Don't forget to rescue Chuck Norris. Oi! Yeah, I cannot tell you how impressive the screen is. There we go, Chuck Norris, number 2. Oh, no, hang on, Shizen. My bad. Get some grenades in your life. Doesn't appear to be any slowdown yet. I know some of the games in this series did, even in their original form. You're welcome, Chuck Norris. Ooh. But you know what? I always brush it aside when people say, I've got to play it for the viewfinder. How difficult can it be? It is bloody difficult. It is hurting my friggin' eyes. Oh, doesn't everything blow up now? Yeah, right, well, how do we... Surely I don't have to turn it off to exit it. That's a bit pants. Well, I haven't read the instruction manual, I just glanced. I'm guessing... Don't take that as, you know, fact. That's just me, you know, how I'm doing it. But yeah, right, let's have a look at some... I'll have a look at a fighting game. Actually, no, Ghost Pilot, let's have a look at a shoot 'em up. Blazing Star, it's got to be a shoot 'em up, hasn't it? Words to make you look foolish by. Thing is, the screen is smaller than my knockoff screen on my knockoff Mini Geo. It's clearly better quality, you know, so that's kind of a moot point, but... Would have been nice again for micro switches, but it's not ruining it. There we go. Oh, I wanted to hear the speech. I have no idea what difficulty level that was. I can't read it through the viewfinder. Now, I never owned a Neo Geo Gold, but even I could see on videos how pants it looked. This looks lovely. The emulation, I should say. Apologies for the wobble in the camera. It's on top of a paracetamol box. I'm old school. Do you know what? The control stick's really nice. I like it. The control stick's really nice. And obviously on such a small screen, the graphics look phenomenal. Because size is important, but sometimes in the opposite manner. Oh. Okay, are those bullets? I don't know. Woo! Yep, I'm a broken record, but it looks fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic. Right. Okay, back, exit, save, load. So your save states are done in here then? Volume, okay. Okay, back. There must be a way. That's a bit... Hey! Back. Last resort. Ghost Pilots. Let's have a look at that. I can't remember I went back. Meh. Come on, who reads instructions? I don't. Instructions for the week. Oh, you can skip it. Yep, enjoy. Oh, there's some 1942 style shooting in your life. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm in control now. All right, unnecessary. Oh, that's my POW. Do you know what? Yeah, all the people who, I mean, obviously, well, people can complain about the control pad. As I said, I don't have that with this. And is it better to play it on this stick or not? Again, it's a subjective thing, isn't it, with how stuff feels when you play it. But I'm liking it. Oh shit! He says and he just gets blown up. I'm actually liking the way the joystick feels. It really doesn't feel that loose or like too much travel to me. Get that? When you think about it, SNK, every one of their flagship games, with the exception of Metal Slug, is essentially, I'm not going to say stolen, a borrowed idea from some other coin-op manufacturer. In this case, quite heavily Capcom. And I don't just mean in this case, I mean because of the fighting influence. Although you could argue they are, you know, inside the 2D realm of fighters, the company to most strongly stand against Capcom, apart from they obviously went with Capcom. Both, turn on the menu and then press exit. That's how you exit. Right, Ghost Pilots, Last Resort, Blazing Star, Football Frenzy, Top Players Golf. Is that... I can't think of the name. Oh, Ninja Masters, let's go with that. Top Players Golf, is that... What's that? Turf Masters, different name? No. That better be on it. That's all I can say. I do like the fact you can skip that. That's nice. Ching! Oh dear. Oh, it's a fighting game. This is not going to end well, is it? Well, you got to see one at some point. I'm on the left, obviously. I mean, don't expect any... Oh, I did magic moves, because I don't know what the controls are. Why won't you die? Points for the quote. I would turn the sound up, but as far as I can tell, if you've heard that noise or felt that blast, that's the quarry. They use dynamite. It's quite disconcerting when you have to sleep during the day. That was random. I would turn the sound up, but the sound does jump in really awkward leaps, if you will. Jump in awkward leaps, yeah. Never mind. Get some of that in your life. Right, let's have a look at another game. I'm not going to go through more. Yoink! We got to have a look at... Hang on. The button layout's awkward. The Last Blade 3. King of Fighters or Fatal Fury. Real bout, Fatal Fury. Prefer Fatal Fury, Art Fighting. The King of Fighters, 2002. Love me some King of Fighters. Got a whole bunch of them gameplays of. Including the amazing Saturn version with the memory cartridge. But this isn't about the Saturn. Alright. Oh, I didn't want to do team play. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm just pressing buttons. I do like SNK games, which is why, you know, I've always really wanted one of these. I'm just not very good at it. Oh, alright. Jumping is awkward without trying to displace the camera in this state-of-the-art setup. Oh, did you just kick me in the plums? Right, let's have a look at that button there. No. There we go. The King of Fighters, King of Fighters, King of Fighters. Obviously, it does repeat itself quite a lot in the selection of games, but... Oh, Cross Swords. Is that the first person one? Robo Army. I was going to say Robo Harry. Should be called Robo Harry. US forces have deployed. Robots. See humanoids. So basically, it's Final Fight. But cooler because they're robots and shit. Smash, pick up. Again, broken record. I cannot tell you. Oh, how good the screen looks. Oh no, wasted that. I need to remember what the button layout is, because it's kind of flipped. Right, we'll have a look at one more game, but I can tell you right now, we'll have a look at another Metal Slug. This screen looks absolutely fantastic. I can't... Oh shit, Shock Troopers. I can't read the screen because I'm reading it through the viewfinder again, sorry. Oh, hello, cheeky. I mean, the emulation is absolutely spot on. Not that I have a massive amount to compare it to, but hey. Is it a fighting game? I would have thought not with a name like that. Oh, nice. I wish... Is there a straight button? No. Why would that be? Would this have had a twisty button in the arcades? I doubt it. I mean, it's just in case. They know, when it comes to their sort of games, they know their strengths and they just play to it. And then I guess you could say they don't get too adventurous. They just constantly refine what they have. Is, well, you know, secret to success, isn't it? Right, well, one more Metal Slug. Pressing the wrong buttons again. No, we'll go with Magician Lord, yeah. And then we'll call it quits and I'll round up on using it as, well, a handheld or a mini cabinet. Either way, but a bit of an odd descriptive term. This is one of the first games, wasn't it? Like, literally a launch game? And I suck at it. I've got a gameplay of it, but you've never seen it, because I've never made it live. I mean, if you came off the Mega Drive, this would be mind-blowing. Or also quite familiar. Yoink! And hard. Right, well, I'm going to call it quits there, because I've just done about 15 minutes of this, and that's also the reason I'm splitting this into playing it as a handheld unit and connecting it to the TV into 2 videos, because I don't want it to get too long and bore the tits off you. But yeah, let's just round it up as a handheld unit. Right, I have to say that came out slightly better than I thought it would do so. I had checked the footage afterwards, and yeah, it's the way the capture captures it, because obviously to the naked eye there is none of that sort of, well, it's like when you film an old school CRT telly. There's none of that on the actual screen when I played it. When I played it, I cannot tell you how sharp the screen is. This screen may be smaller than the Retrocade, but this is when you realise you get what you pay for. Even though I didn't in this case, if you know what I mean. The screen is absolutely fantastic. The screen is so sharp. Is it HD? I don't know, but it is, honestly, playing one of these, looking down and realising what a bunch of fuck ugly fingerprints I've stuck on it. No screen protector. Yeah, honestly, if you've had a chance to play one, or you know someone's got one, you have to sit down and try the screen. I cannot tell you how good it is. Now, the travel which you saw when I was trying to show the games on the camera before that, that's still prevalent. That's still there. It's not quite as bad, I think, as people said it was, you know, when they were, you know, talking about it. I did play it after I played it through the viewfinder and can confirm that it does play and you can do the fighting games just about with it. The buttons would prefer, as people said, them to be micro switches, but again, they're not as terrible as everyone says. Well, if you're not like trying to capture it, as I said, it plays alright. The stick, I think the stick's alright. Would have preferred micro switches, but maybe it's a costing. Yeah, the stick is alright. I am really, really impressed with this. I am really, really impressed. As I said, it's a Marmite thing. Too many games of the same type on it. Too many sequel iterations and stuff like that. It's SNK. That's what they do. They do fighting games, and if something's good, they run with it. That's SNK. If you don't like that, as I said, you're not going to buy it. But I am overall really, really impressed with this. How it plays with a control pad remains to be seen. That's a video for another day. I'm really quite looking forward to that. Even though apparently the control pads, as I've said, have issues of their own. But yeah, as an exercise in design, obviously there's a whole bunch of these now, not just knockoffs, but other companies have done mini tabletop cabinets. Hell, I've got a couple of reviews of some more knockoff ones. So at the time, kind of unique and original and a good thing, and I like the fact that they went that way. It's SNK. They were a powerhouse in the arcades. This is the arcade games. You're going to make it a little cabinet, aren't you? I think that's cool and should be applauded. I mean, as I said, the option is to play it on the TV, regardless of how good or bad, I don't know yet. I'm holding judgment on that. The pads are, but I do like that. Form factor, very, very nice. So would I recommend it? For the price, comes down to the fact whether you like SNK, doesn't it, really? If you like SNK, if you're a massive fan of any of those games, then there are far worse ways to play it. I couldn't notice, apart from on certain games which I didn't necessarily show you in that capturing session, that are known for slowdown even in the arcades. From an emulation perspective, I really couldn't spot any problems. I couldn't spot any screen tearing. I couldn't spot This is just me, mind. Any dropping of frames and stuff like that. The music and sound was absolutely bang on. It was basically a very nice SNK Neo Geo experience. So, as always, as I said, there will be a follow-up video to this. This was just to play it in its tabletop form, because this is the form that I personally would choose to play it in. Whether that's the greatest way to play it or not, I do like these mini CADE experiences. So yeah, as always, I'd love to know what you think. Have you got one? Has this changed your mind? Do you not even want one anymore because of what you've seen? And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.